Hello people, Merry Christmas, and today I have a present for you. I'm sharing my own version of Total Football. It's the similar formation 3-3-3-1, I believe. And in Football Manager, we're getting some fantastic results. It was created with Liverpool, but tested with Dortmund and Haaland. I mean, well, his stats just speak for itself. He's scoring an incredible amount of goals, and I can't wait to share this tactic with you guys. And we are going to be playing a match with the tactic just so you can see how fantastic this tactic is. But before we do, if you are new or you haven't yet, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment. I stress this in every video, but that's important in helping this channel grow. And also, if you are new to this channel, download this OneFootball app. It's a fantastic app, it's free, and again, it helps this channel out, and that would be appreciated. Let's get stuck in to that advert. OneFootball have been amazing enough to sponsor this video, and what I need for you guys to do is check out the app. The link will be in the description. It's fairly easy to do. You can download it via the link, or you can use the barcode on the screen. The app is a great footballing app. It's where you can check the latest statistics, the latest football news. You can also watch some live free games. Yes, you heard me right. You can watch free games live for free on the footballing app. It's my favorite place to keep up to date with the most recent football news. You can also find some fantastic analysis and match reports on the OneFootball app as well. If you're attempting to replicate tactics like I do on this channel, you can also use this app to grab the latest match stats and all of that good stuff. So make sure you check out the app. The link is in the description, but also you can use the barcode on the screen, and trust me, you will not regret downloading this app. Total Football is a tactical theory in football where any outfield player adapts the role of any other player in the team. It creates for a fluid tactical system which no outfield player is fixed in their set role, as any player can switch to playing as an attacker, midfielder or defender, with the only player retaining their position for the entirety of the match being the goalkeeper. The success of Total Football philosophy is, however, almost completely dependent on the fluidity and ability of each footballer within the team, as well as their ability to switch positions quickly and accordingly based on the on-pitch events. So when it comes to creating, well, my version of Total Football, I guess, these are the key tactical principles that I'm trying to set across. When building, we want to circulate the ball with some tempo. We want to circulate the ball very quickly. In possession, we want to create wide overloads in the wider areas by creating those wide triangles. We do want some positional rotation in attempt to occupy spaces, but of course that is also involved in the Total Football philosophy. We do want to occupy the zone 14, which will come naturally as we are playing with a number 10. Cover all 5 vertical channels, which is the left flank, the left half space, the central zone, the right half space and the right flank. Have runners running in behind the opposition's defences. This of course will stretch the opposition's back line, and that can create space in zone 14. Attempt overloads and underlaps to disrupt the defending team shape. Now, we can't naturally get this because we aren't playing with any fullbacks or wingbacks, but what we can do is use the wide central defenders but also the wide central midfielders to help attempt those overlaps and underlaps. A maximum of 2 players in the same vertical channel when we are building. We don't want players occupying the very same space. Have vertical and lateral passing options at all times, and when building, always have an overload against the opposition's press. So those are the main tactical principles that I want to set for my Total Football tactic, and of course the first step is setting the formation. We have to set the formation and of course we're going to go with that 3-3-3-1. And because that formation isn't already a preset, we're going to have to just go with this, the 3-4-1-2, press confirm, and then of course we can tweak the positions. So straight away we are going to put these wide midfielders as wingers. We're going to leave the number 10 there, drag the central striker into DM, and here is our shape. Magical. 3-3-3-1 DM wide, as Football Manager calls it. So now we have the tactical idea, the principles, but also we are going to be looking to utilize the strengths of this formation, but also try and solve some of the weaknesses that we have with this formation. So now when it comes to setting the team instructions, we kind of have an idea of what we're looking for. For the mentality, we want to use the attacking mentality. We do want to overload in the attacking third. We want to create some havoc, get players further forward, basically be very attacking. So what we are going to do is use that attacking mentality. Of course, we have to play out from the back. That's kind of a given. And in an attempt to try and circulate the ball quickly when we are building out from the back, we are going to be using an extremely high tempo. Once we win the ball, or because we're going to have runners attacking in behind the opposition's defense, we'll also want to pass the ball into space. No matter what, when we do have the ball, we want to stretch the pitch, make the pitch as big as possible, and we're always going to be looking to pass the ball into space rather than into feet, because this isn't necessarily a possession-based tactic. It's just attack, attack, get goals, attack. And lastly, for the in possession, we're just going to put in low crosses. For me, I just believe it works better with this tactic, so that's what we're going to use. In transition, when the possession has been lost, we are going to counter press, try and stop that counter attack. We want to squeeze the pitch, we want to minimize the pitch for the opposition, and another way we can do that is have the line of engagement on much higher and have that defensive line on much higher as well, and of course the offside trap. But in possession, when the possession has been lost, we are going to counter attack, try and win the ball back, try and stop them from countering us, because basically we're kind of vulnerable on the counter attack. When the possession has been won, we do not have an instruction. We're not going to hold our shape, neither are we going to tell the team to make that counter movement. When the goalkeeper's in possession, he's going to look to distribute the ball to the centre backs, because he has no other option. He can't go wide because there are no players out wide. So he's going to distribute the ball to the centre backs, and he's going to drop the ball from his hands and play the ball on the floor with his feet. And for out of possession, we already have some instructions set, of course, like the offside trap, the much higher line of engagement, and the much higher defensive line. But for the trigger press, we want to set that to more often, lengthy spells without the ball. We don't want the opposition to have the ball for a lengthy spell, because they can look to attack our weaknesses, which is the flanks. And we don't want the opposition to have that time on the ball to be able to expose our team, basically. So we are going to be using a more often trigger press, but also prevent the short goalkeeper distribution and get stuck in. One of my favorite tactical instructions on Football Manager. It does make a big difference. Using it without it, you will notice a big difference, especially off the ball. Well, of course off the ball, that's what it's affecting, but you will notice a big difference, especially when going in for those defensive duels. And that is basically the team instructions all wrapped up. Now we can look at the player roles and their instructions. I don't believe the players will have many instructions set anyway. So like I said before in my own little analysis, I guess, we want the goalkeeper to be the 11th player outfield. We want to have 11 outfield players whenever possible. So we're going to be using the sweeper keeper on the attacking duty. Now for central defense, what I did start with was with a ball playing defender on the defensive duty, a wide centre back on support. I think that was a wide centre back on defend, and then on the left hand side I had the wide centre back on support. This did work well, but then I did notice a big difference playing with another ball playing defender at the back instead of the wide centre back on support. We became more defensively solid, which is of course a huge added bonus when it comes to this very attacking tactic. We can continue to go very gung-ho, but there also needs to be a purpose, and that wide centre back on support, he didn't really offer much when it comes to the tactical style. The ball playing defender, he did come out wide because of course we are using stay wider, but on the ball he was just so much better. He's more comfortable, he likes to bring the ball out, and he does play those defensive splitting passes. So we do have a ball playing defender on the left, the ball playing defender in the middle, and a wide centre back on the right hand side. In central midfield, we do have a defensive midfielder on support, but he's going to be holding his position. He's basically going to be an anchor man, but also support that attack. When the whole team pushes up, he's just going to be nicely positioned basically in the middle of the pitch, and he can also help stop those counter attacks. So what we can also do is ask him to tackle harder. In central midfield, now this is where things start to get interesting. On the right hand side, we do have a box-to-box midfielder, basically the engine of this tactic, getting up, getting further forward, but we kind of want to attack with 5, defend with 5. So at the back, we already have 3 central defenders. We do have that holding midfielder. When we do lose the ball, the box-to-box midfielder is very good at tracking back, as he has to harry the opposition's attacking midfielder. So he's going to be coming back when we attack. He's more or less going to support it rather joining it, but when we defend, he's going to help with the defensive work, trap back, making sure that we attack with 5 and defend with 5 as well. And we're also going to ask him to pass it shorter, mainly because we have a lot of people taking risk, especially the player that's going to be playing here as well. So we just want someone in midfield that can recycle the possession, play it out wide or play it backwards. He basically just has to keep the ball for the team. His midfield partner is the Mazzala on the attacking duty, and this way he's going to help us cover or make sure that we occupy all 5 of those vertical channels. So we will have a winger here occupying the left flank, the winger here occupying the right flank. The attacking midfielder can slightly drift off to the right, whilst the Mezzala will slightly drift off to the left. So now we have the left half space, the right half space, and the right flank, and then of course the striker is going to be covering that central zone. So we do want to have a Mezzala as the box-to-box midfield partner, and we're also going to be asking him to dribble more, basically progress with the ball and bring it forward into that attacking third. Now for the flanks, we do have 2 wingers on support. Of course, they're going to be helping tracking back as well. They still have a defensive responsibility, but on the ball, the only instruction that they have set is cross from the byline. I don't want them to cross from deep. I want them to get to the byline, hopefully pull back as well, and that can create a decent amount of XG. So for the wingers, they're going to be wingers on support, holding their width, making sure they stretch the play. And in attacking midfield, we do have the shadow striker on attack. It's basically the only duty that he can have. Lastly, up top, the advanced forward, the main goal scorer. This player is going to score so many goals. He has a lot of service from the right flank, to the left flank, the attacking midfielder, and the 2 number 8s. All of them will be supplying your striker. He is going to score a lot of goals, and that there is the tactic. With the extremely high tempo, we will look to circulate the ball very quickly, and we are using 2 ball playing defenders as well. To create those wide triangles, we will have a wide centre back coming out wide. The box-to-box midfielder will operate in this vertical channel here with the wide winger as well. That should create a nice triangle. Out wide, we do have the Mezzala, the winger, and again, the ball-playing defender who is going to be operating or staying wide as we've asked him to. We will have runners in behind with the advanced forward and the shadow striker, both of them getting further forward and being a goal scoring threat. One difficult thing is attempting those overlaps and underlaps. We won't get much of an overlap, but we will get some nice underlaps, especially with the Mezzala and the wide centre back. Again, with the wide centre back, it will happen at chance. When the winger has the ball, he's not necessarily going to hold the ball all the time waiting for that wide centre back to make the underlap and run. It will just happen by chance. And that there is the tactic all wrapped up. We've gone through the tactical theory, the principles, the strengths, the weaknesses. We've set out the tactic. Now it's time to play that last game of the Bundesliga season, which is, I believe, against Hertha Berlin. If we check the schedule and going through the schedule, you're going to see some very nice results. Look at there, a 7-1, 5-1. 5-1 there, 5-2, 6-0. But we're going to look at the results later. Now we are playing Hertha Berlin at home in the Bundesliga. Let's get stuck into that game. So here we are. This is the team that we're going for, and this is basically the team that I went with throughout the whole season. Trust me, Rafael Guerreiro is one of the best Mezzalas you will ever use on this game. He's played 32. He's scored 12 goals, 29 assists, and XG of 11. This guy is just a fantastic Mezzala. But we're going to get stuck into all of that, all the statistics we're going to have a look at later. Let's get stuck into this game, as this is going to be the squad. Hopefully this team puts on the performance for you guys. I am hoping. So here we are in the game, and we could just look at the passing network as well, so you guys can have an idea of the shapes that we pull when we are playing the ball about. Oh, here's a chance, and it's going to come in the shape of a corner. Marco Reus with the corner. He puts it in, and Haaland, the header wasn't too far away. But you can see we're dominating this game. We're dominating the possession, the shots on target as well. We've got 3 on target, just compared to the 1 shot overall and the 1 shot on target. Here's Jude Bellingham, Mats Hummels, Dahoud. He's going to look to play in the Hummels again. Look at us circulating the ball fairly quickly there. Daniel Marlon driving down towards the flank. Marco Reus inside the box. We'll have an overload in the box. And there is Rafael Guerreiro. We have so many players in the box. Even if they win the initial ball, we can always pick up that second ball and then just have a shot at goal. Similar to what just happened there. It is 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund. Matt Hummels win the ball, the reader, but Marlon intercepts. Here's Haaland now. Oh, we've almost made a run in behind, but the ball goes to Kobel. He plays it with his feet, always being that extra outfield player. Doesn't have to use his hands. Here's Haaland. Rafael Guerreiro picks up the ball in a dangerous space. Marco Reus now driving towards the byline. He puts it in, far post to Haaland. Oh, Marlon, sorry. Hertha Berlin can go on a counter-attack now, but we'll have forced them backwards. Matt Hummels should win that in the air, and he does. Jude Bellingham again now. Here's Haaland driving at the defence. Marlon, Rafael Guerreiro, and he scored again. That is why he's a very good Mezzala. He always picks up good positions. Already now, he scored 2 goals in this game. He has scored 2 goals. It is Dortmund 2, Hertha Berlin 0. Here's Akanji with a throw in, Giovanni Reina, Marco Reus. Akanji now on the ball. He brings it forward. Like I said, with the ball playing defender, they like to bring the ball forward. They are very comfortable with the ball at their feet. Here's Akanji now again. Reina, Haaland, Guerrero moving the ball back quickly. Here's Haaland. Oh, he's hit the post. Dortmund are starting to grow into the game now. We are creating better chances. And look, we're just putting the pressure on. We are not taking our foot off the gas. Akanji is going to be a penalty. Yes, it is. Haaland's going to step up. This should be a goal. We just overload the box. We put so many bodies in the box. And there's Guerrero. Rafael Guerrero with his hat-trick. It should have been Haaland on the penalty spot. But I just remember that Rafael Guerrero has scored 2 already. Automatically, he has that opportunity to get his hat-trick. The passing network map is not really working, is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. That's a bit better. So let's get into that dressing room. Tell them that we are happy. Keep that up. Here's Prognicic. I hope that's how you say his name. Haaland, what a ball. What a through ball. Marco Reus. It's just too simple. It's just total football. Haaland setting up Marco Reus. Haaland is supposed to be the goal scorer. Oh my God, where's the replays? I'm sorry guys, we're supposed to be seeing the replays. Into sideline now, where we can see the goal. Maybe in 3D. Maybe it can look a bit better. So here's our centre back, Jude Bellingham. That's a bit fast. That is a bit fast. Let's knock it down one. Here's Jude Bellingham. Who plays it to Guerrero? Haaland plays. Look at the one touch from Haaland. Look at that ball from Haaland. He just completely rips up that defence. But look, here is us operating in all 5 vertical channels. So we have Marco Reus here, Guerrero, Haaland, Reina and Marlon. How do you defend against that? There are 5 players ready to attack your back line, but you're only defending with 4 players, with 4 defenders. This is going to be very difficult. And of course, their defensive midfielder has to pick up our attacking midfielders as well. This is proving difficult to defend against. But here you can see, we have an extra man here. It's basically 3-on-3, but then Marco Reus is going to be that free man. Haaland spots that. He plays a nice through ball into Reus's pass. And all he has to do is take him time, compose himself, and slot it in. It is 4-0 to Borussia Dortmund. I think we're just going to keep it on 3D. Here's the goalkeeper with a long kick. Hopefully we can win that. But there is a potential weakness, and it does happen sometimes. If you do not win this initial ball, oh, there's a 2-on-1 situation happening here. And this happened a few times when I tested it first with Liverpool. Funny enough, I had Nat Phillips as our centre-back, and he just kept getting beaten in the air. And here's the Akanji now. Marco Reus, he looks for Haaland, breaking in behind the defenders. Oh, he should have scored. It was a 1-on-1. It was on his left foot. He could have dinked it. He could have tried one of those, but he didn't go for it. He wasn't brave enough. So here we have another corner. Marco Reus, who is on a light injury as well. Maybe we can take him off. Where is he? There's Marco Reus. We'll get Julian Brandt on. Rafael Guerrero. Giovanni Reina. Oh! It deflects off the crossbar. Well, he kind of rattled the crossbar. Oh, that's a nice little graphic there. He rattled the crossbar. That was a decent shot there. Here's Suat Serda now. And look, here's another potential issue here. We only have 2 defenders inside the box, Mats Hummels and Akanji. They have 2 attackers. If this ball finds itself at the far post, we're in huge problems, huge issues. Here's Serda, but Jude Bellingham intercepts the ball. If they move the ball quick enough, they could have exposed us in the box there. But here's Julian Brandt, the substitution, who's just come on. He's driving towards that fullback, but he does well. Here's Zufiuk. Brandt does well getting back. There is that player responsible for defending. And look, he just ran all the way back inside his own box. And he's the winger. He has a defensive duty. He has a defensive responsibility. Here's Julian Brandt taking a throw-in on the right side. That's a bit weird. And here Hertha Berlin going on another attack. They're getting a bit comfortable. Maybe they've spotted a few weaknesses, especially if they play this ball through the defence here. Oh, they didn't see it, but they have spread it out wide. He's got a nice attacking opportunity, and there is one of the weaknesses again, the flanks. We don't have a lot of support down that flank there. The reader, Jovetic. Suat Serda. Oh, it's a good save. What a save. They are slowly getting back into the game. So just looking at this pass map here, you can see the nice triangle out on the right hand side, and this can create an overload against the opposition. So we do have our wide centre back, our box to box midfielder, and our winger on support, and you can see here some nice little passing triangles over on the right hand side. On the left hand side, not so much. Not so much on the left hand side. So you can see why we can see goals, you can see where we can see goals from as well, but you can also see the reason why we score so many goals. There is the long kick. Our goalkeeper sweeps up the ball. That sweepy keeper on attack. That is a nice sweeping keeping action actually. Here's Haaland on the ball now. Nice control. Giovanni Reina makes the run in behind, and it's 5. Haaland with his second assist. Giovanni Reina with his first of the day. It is Borussia Dortmund 5. Hertha Berlin 0. Here's Giovanni Reina now. He picks up the ball. Is Haaland finally going to get in the score sheet? Oh, referee! That is absolute dirty. Boy, you have to... Oh, come on, ref. That is about 3 sending-offs there. But here are Hertha Berlin on the attack with 10 men. That is good defending there by the centre-back that... I just can't pronounce his name. Prognagic. It was such good defending, it counted as a highlight. That's how good the defending was. Here are Hertha Berlin now. Are they going to score? Are they going to break our clean sheet? That usually happens. We always give up our clean sheet in the dying moments of the game. Oh, they've put the ball wide. They have put the ball wide. We are slowly approaching the end of the game. Can we sneak one last go in? No, we cannot. But that wraps up the game. Borussia Dortmund 5, Hertha Berlin 0. Rafael Guerreiro with a hat-trick. Marco Reus and Giovanni Reina completing the scoreline. And as you can see, Haaland with 2 assists. He played very well, but he could have also got on that score sheet. That was a very good game. But now it's time to look at the league table. Well, the results and the data. So, you probably guessed it, but you also probably saw it during the match. In the Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund are the champions. We played 34, but the goal difference, look at the goal difference, 91. UEFA Champions League, we did get knocked out in the group stage. We did get knocked out, so it didn't do too well in Europe. We finished 3rd in a group that had Porto, Genk and Lille. I thought we had a very good chance to qualify, but then we got sent to the Europa League where we reached the semi-final and only getting knocked out by Napoli. It was very tight, very tight. In the DFB Pokal, we got knocked out by Bayern Munich, and in the DFL Super Cup we were the runners up, again losing to Bayern Munich. So in the Bundesliga, how many goals did we actually score? We scored an amazing 119 Bundesliga goals. That is absolutely insane. We did have the most shots for. When it comes to the fewest shots against, we are in 3rd place, and I didn't expect us to be higher up, or as high I should say. For the best pass completion, we are in 6th place. For the most possession, we come in 2nd with 54%. For the most tackles won, we come in 2nd again. For the most dribbles made, we top that list with 471. For the most clean sheets, we are in 5th place, and for the fewest conceded, we are in 2nd. Looking at the player statistics, for the most goals, of course, Erling Haaland with 41 goals in 30 starts in the Bundesliga. That's absolutely insane. For the most assists, we have Rafael Guerreiro with 25, Daniel Marlin with 13, Erling Haaland again with 11. So we occupy the top 3 spots, and then you see Jude Bellingham with 9 assists. For the most shots for, Erling Haaland in 3rd place. For the most man of the match awards, no surprise, Haaland is there. We also have Rafael Guerreiro in the top 8 and Marco Reus. For the most key passes, Rafael Guerreiro. Are we surprised? For the best pass completion, Mats Hummels on 98%. Most tackles won, nobody in the top 8, so it was more of a team effort. For the most dribbles made, Daniel Marlin. For the most clean sheets, Cabell just making it in that list in 5th place, and for the fewest conceded, again Cabell in 5th place. Now looking at the data hub, looking at the pass map, you kind of already got the gist of the pass map from the last game, so I don't really need to go into that with too much detail. The attacking efficiency, we were aggressive, but we were also very clinical, very clinical. Defensively, we were quiet and impenetrable. That's a huge bonus. None of us would have thought that with this formation set, but I guess it works. If you squeeze the opponents, if you can stop them from having a counter attack, then this tactic will work very well. In possession, we frequently win the ball, and we were also reliable in possession, so off the ball and on the ball, we were just fantastic. We were just a fantastic team all season, if I do say myself. With the passing, we did make a lot of passes. We were kind of accurate, slightly accurate. With the shooting, we were aggressive shooting, but we were high quality as well. With the movement, lots of dribbles, but we did complete a lot of those dribbles as well. We didn't lose the ball often during the 90 minutes. Looking at the shot map, a bunch of shots inside the box. This will accumulate to a high XG, and actually, let's look at the XG story, or the XG table, I should say. So for the XG, we were expected to score 93 goals, which is a lot. That is a high XG. Bayern Munich are only on 66, but we overperformed that with 22. Our expected goals against, we overperformed in that area as well. We expected to concede around 37, but we done better than that. And for the expected points as well, we were expected to have 71, which is still the most in the league, but we overperformed by 22. So that there is the data. Now we can look at the squad stats before we leave this video. Erling Haaland, he only started 44 games, but he managed to score 58 goals. He had 14 assists in all competition. He had an XG of 50, so he did overperform. Marco Reus scored 21, Rafael Guerreiro scored 15, Giovanni Reina scored 13, Jude Bellingham scored 11, Daniel Marlon scored 10, and Mats Hummels also scored 10. Rafael Guerreiro, 29 assists, Daniel Marlon on 14, Haaland on 14 surprisingly, Marco Reus on 13, Jude Bellingham on 13, Giovanni Reina on 11, and Julian Brandt on 10. But unfortunately, that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Trust me, make sure you try this tactic out. You will need to be a better team in the league. So I tried it with Dortmund. I also tested it with Liverpool, which done, of course, fantastically well. So you do need to be a decent team, but a lot of you make some fantastic signings. A lot of you have some special one-day kids. This tactic will be extremely fun for you guys. So if you are new or you enjoy this content and you haven't yet, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment as well. Download that OneFootball app, please. That helps this channel grow. I will speak to you guys soon. Shout out to my Patreons. One love. God bless.